All right, got a Nissan Versa Note here that we're going to use the Lil Buddy. So again, run it up by the top. Make sure you got a little gap so you don't get that cup stuck under that little molding and get a little air gap. Try to get it towards the front. Little spirit bubble goes right in the middle there. Suction that down. This pin right here comes out. That allows you to swivel this around. So when you swivel this to 90 degrees, you want that arm up so that you can clear this. Pin back here pulls out, and that'll allow you to adjust this up and down. So we'll start with that spirit bubble right in the middle there. And then you're going to lift it up so that spirit bubble goes to the left. And put that pin right in there. Swing that back to that start position. Use your hand as a measurement tool. Pinky goes to the top of the pinch weld. Use your thumb as a guide. So if you want our glass at the top of the pinch weld, our pivot point's right here. My thumb only comes to here. So with that rhino is about here. So we got a couple inch gap from the end of my thumb to where we want our pivot point right here. Because when this arm swings around, we want it to clear this nut. So we want it just behind. So your pivot point is always right here. If you flip it flat, that's where the rhino logo is. So you'll measure a little past the thumb, then you'll bring it over the glass, okay? So like I said, we used our thumb and our finger as a guide. You don't want to start right at that molding because you got to leave a little space for that to lip up. So the pinky starts just above that molding. And we go to the bottom of the thumb. Now remember, I had a little distance from that pivot point to where my thumb was at. Let's get that back in place. So when you're measuring that, you need to know the distance between the gap of where you measured on the vehicle to where that pivot point is. This will be a lot easier the more you use the tool. You can kind of eyeball it. If you want to use a second measurement, you know, hey, I've got about an inch, 2 inches, 3 inches, use your second finger. But we know our pivot point, about an inch or so past. Red guideline is going to line up with the edge of the glass. If you stand over the top, you got your pivot point, and then you've got that little line right there lined up at the edge of the glass. Suction that in, and now you've got your pivot point right there. Same distance here up on the vehicle. So when you position your cups, you want to be a little towards the edge of the glass, not too far, because then you got a big distance. I mean, it's a small windshield, but on those bigger ones, you got a big distance between your cups and that pivot point. You don't want to be way out here. Give it here so you got a little bit of structural integrity. Don't want your cups kind of parallel, because when you go to push, your pivot arm's at an angle and you're just going to swivel that thing around. So if you get your one cup in place, bottom one goes a little forward. So now when you push that straight into that pole, and you got no wiggle back and forth. So you lock that pivot point and you can swing it straight at it. So we'll lock these down and we'll throw this windshield in. Okay, so our last step is going to be putting the windshield in. I'm going to save all you some time in the comment section. Oh my God, he put glue on the body. He didn't shoot the glass. What a hack. Save your comments. There's plenty of ways to do auto glass. As long as you're doing it the right way and you don't get leaks, it's done the right way, right? So yeah, sometimes I shoot the body, sometimes I shoot the glass. To each their own. I look forward to all of your comments about me being a hack. Anyway, so got the Lil Buddy up here. Make sure the suction's okay still. Start in the outer position like that. Hook our windshield in. Grab the cups and swing around. And right there is your pivot point. So that's where you measured, right at that apex. Like I said, if you're off measurement a little bit, you can wiggle it a little left and right. But once you get it, that apex will line it up perfect. You slide that in, so that's why you put our cups at a little bit of an angle so we can push right at that. Pull. Just line this up. Throw the tape in. So we put that arm up so it doesn't smear on this side. This side, lose your little forearm. Hold that pole up. Release that valve. And that comes off the glass. Lay it right in. Tape up. Got yourself a perfect set every time. Now, I'll save you guys even more comments. Oh my gosh, it's a Nissan Versa Note. Why didn't you just hand set it? Well, because why not? It's a Nissan Versa Note. Only takes 5 minutes to pull it apart. What's an extra 2 minutes to get a perfect set? All right, check in for more videos. Appreciate you guys looking at my page. Thanks.